Welcome to Heal Talk Tuesdays with Liza, where transformation begins as we evoke, embrace, and evolve. Greetings, and welcome to Heal Talk Tuesdays. This is Liza. It's so good to be here with you. It's absolutely amazing for what is going on in the world and where we are, not only as women, but as individuals and globally what is happening. And for those of you who do not know me, by trade, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, stress management consultant, and action coach. And every Tuesday I come live on Heal Talk Tuesday, and once in a while, every other week, I have a show called A Real Talk where I interview certain individuals who have, who are either authors, speakers, people who make an impact in the world, and those who are an inspiration and motivation for so many because of who they are and their status. I'm Liza Boubari, and this is the 3E event. Journey within and harness your inner power, September 30th, October 1st, at the Westin Rancho Mirage Resort and Spa. Get your tickets today at the3eevent.com. Now, today I want to speak about a few things. I've been getting messages saying how wonderful it is. Congratulations for me being on NBC TV with the beautiful Thalia Hayden. It's NBC TV, Palm Desert. And yes, I am not working there, but I had the honor of being invited to be on her show, on the news. Actually, I was on her show twice. One, it was a pre-recorded, and the other one was live yesterday in the morning. And we drove at 4 o'clock in the morning from here in my hometown. And it took me approximately 2 hours to get there, but you know what? It is worth it. When something you want in life, an experience that you want to experience, something that means to you, you know what? Just like love, you'll go out of your way, you will drive, you will do anything. It's not for the notoriety, for the experience. So life is experiences. Our past are our experiences. Everything we do now and we will be doing are parts of our life, our experiences, and the things that we feel. So if you don't know, a part of the hypnotherapy that what I do, the method that I have created, the 3E method, is exactly that. And what does the 3E stand for? It stands for evoke what was. So in a way, what we do with my clients, even at the 3E event, we evoke. That means we bring forth, we bring to light all the things that we need to make a change, amend, edit, shift, delete, right? And let go of. Most importantly, let go of. And it can be blames, it can be anger, it can be resentment, it can be weight that has been weighing you down and you've been holding on to without understanding. Because a lot of times things happen to us and we hold on to a grudge, we hold on to a message, we hold on to things even unknowingly. Because at the time that it happened, there was a feeling, an emotion connected to it. So that feeling, you held on to it. So that's the 3E. The first E is evoking it. So bringing to surface to realize what it is that we need to clear the way. If it is a block, unblock it, and just let it unravel. The second one is embrace. And why we say embrace is so that you can accept and appreciate who you are just as you are. And it doesn't matter what happened in the past, the evoking part, it doesn't really matter as long as you acknowledge it, so that you can embrace what is happening here today in your life, how it affected you, and if that habit, behavior, experience is no longer something you want to feel related to, and it can be from relationship, can be habits and behaviors, it can be experiences that you gave meaning to it, that it no longer has any barrier, any meaning. We let go. And you say thank you. So you embrace yourself and you say, I am who I am because of everything. And now today, I truly accept and appreciate myself just as I am. Now what? Do you understand what I'm saying? Now what? So from this day forward, you make a choice. And I'm going to stop and pause over here for just a moment and say, when I was being interviewed yesterday on NBC, the beautiful Thalia asked me a question. We were talking about women's empowerment as my 3E event is happening this coming weekend, which is Friday, Saturday at the beautiful Westin Rancho Mirage. And you can still buy tickets to come. The hotel is sold out, but you can still get tickets if you want to. And she asked about what is happening in Iran. And for those of you who do not know, I was born in Iran. So Iran, in the capital, which is Tehran, and it has a very heartfelt connection. That country still does, the language does, because I still speak it. I still speak Farsi. I can write it, I can read it. And what is happening in our country, what happened to Ms. Amini, Mahsa, it is truly heartbreaking. And you would think that in this century, things like this does not happen. Now, was she at the wrong place at the wrong time? It doesn't matter. But what has happened to her and what happened to Malal many years ago in the Pakistani, and how she has come to be the voice of so many young girls, young women, and now Mahsa Amini, her death has evoked something in not only in women, but men in that country, but human beings everywhere, globally, that such atrocity is not acceptable anymore. That you don't beat a woman to death, and she went into coma a few days before she died. And it is very sad, but unfortunately, and fortunately, if it is her calling, if that was the reason, this has become a movement for others to truly show up, stand up, speak up. And a lot of people have been voicing, from celebrities, from governmental people, even therapists, women, children are saying, how is this possible? It is possible, it is happening. It is happening not only in the country that I was born, it is happening in many countries. Even as an Armenian, what's happening in Armenia, what's happening towards women that most people are not aware. It's happening in America. It's happening in Middle East in general. It's happening in African countries, in Asian countries, everywhere. So when I started putting together an event called the 3E event, which is to empower women so they can show up, stand up, speak up, and have a safe place to be like-minded women that not only safe, and I mean it like a safe place, not because anywhere else, any other event is a danger, but to be who you are, to truly get away from family and give yourself 2 days just to be you, find new friends, networking, learn about how to manage abundance of wealth, and step up your own game with healers, speakers, become a part of the book that I'm going to be unveiling, and learn to move your body with no judgment, to become healthier, stronger in mind, in body, and the healing exercises we do, the beautiful plush place that it is, and the mountains that truly safeguard the energy of Palm Springs and Palm Deserts, the mountains. It's glorious. But back to her, it's now she's going to be the spiritual voice of everyone saying, this cannot happen anymore. And we've been saying this. A lot of people say, why is it all your event for women and not everybody? Now you understand. Because as women, we really need to stand by one another. And stand together. And hold hands. And say, I appreciate you for who you are. You matter. That everything that we go through, from the time that we grow up, and some people may not agree to this, but that's exactly what it is. It's like we're putting together your dowry so we can give you away. Nowadays it's not a dowry, but it's a showcase of millionaires doing the wedding, and the wedding has become a showcase of bringing this beautiful bride and handing it, or saying, okay, now I hand off my daughter to you, and the more you have, the more the showcase, the less you have, it's like, I am so sorry, this is all I have, and here's my daughter. So it's still happening in many countries. And that's why it affected me and so many from my country, so many of my friends, so many of us, that we have to stand up. And it's not in a riot, but in saying, I'm right here. I'm here to sit with you, to hold your hand, to stand with you. And I don't have to go on a march, but to say how beautiful you are. And that's the evolve part. Once we are where we are, now that there is this movement, now what? What is the next step? How are we elevating one another? How are we nourishing, nurturing, embracing, accepting one another? And when we see something wrong, instead of going into a shock, why not voice it and say, I see this happening, and I too want to say that is not acceptable. You know, the veil, when we go to church as a Catholic, when I go to church, when I got married, we had to put the veil. And when we get to the point that the husband the father unveils it and says, okay, now I unveil you, I kiss you, and I hand you off, and the husband puts it back, and then after they are announced that you are married, that's when again the unveiling happens, or in front of the church, in front of the priest, that's when the unveiling happens, so she can have the body of Christ, which is the bread and then the wine. So you see, I'm not saying tradition is not bad. I am highly traditional and yet very much evolved. I love the tradition, but the tradition at what cost? At whose cost? Will I give my life to it? You know what? I will not. So today, when, yes, my book that I was part of, collaborative part of 24 women and our stories, the powerful female immigrants and who inspire greatness in others, every single one of these stories, mine is on page 54, Journey Within, Journey to Heal Within. And that's exactly what my chapter is all about. The 3 phases of how it came about, where I was, and how I healed within. That's exactly what I did. That's why the name of my business is Heal Within. That's why we are doing the Heal Talk. That's why even the 3E, which is an entity of its own, and so much more happening. We're creating a movement of the 3E movement so that we as women come together to evoke passion, so we can embrace our femininity. And it doesn't matter who we are, where we are, what labels, what ranks, what titles. It doesn't matter. So that we can evolve spiritually. Because we are one. We are children of God. So when we say spiritually, it doesn't mean spiritually, but the spirit within us. So today I want to gift 2 people. If you text 3E, the number 3 and E, to 818-221-2797. Again, text 3E to 818-221-2797. The first 2 people, I will gift you 2 tickets if you still wish to join us at the 3E event happening at Palm Desert. It will be my gift for you to come and experience and be part of healing within and journey to heal within yourself. It's going to be epic, transformational, and just think of it. We're not even 100. But it's the impact of what's going to happen and how we're going to embrace one another is going to be surmountable. Absolutely. As someone said, magical. So I would like to take a minute of silence for the beautiful spirit and the soul who has become a part of a movement. Mahsa Amini. And for this moment of silence, I thank you. And I truly wish you all the best. If you like this message, by all means, please show us a like, share this, join us, and as always, you may subscribe to Heal Talk Tuesdays on here and on YouTube. Powerful female, thank you so much for putting the messages here. Thank you for all of my committee members and for all the ladies who in the background who just called me. Thank you, Elizabeth, for your beautiful message of saying, although you can't be there, it's as if we're looking at you and knowing that you are with us. And for all of you who are going through any other kind of a hardship, may God's blessings be with you and strength. And may the universal light surround you. See you next week. I'm Liza Boubari, and this is the 3E event. Journey within and harness your inner power. September 30th, October 1st, at the Westin Rancho Mirage Resort and Spa. Get your tickets today at the3eevent.com. And if you like this, share it, subscribe, and go to YouTube, and you'll see the rest of all my podcasts.